Hello, guys. Uh, I'm Kaushik Bhattacharya, and like last time, I have come to share with you some of my thoughts around the education system currently, and specifically my favorite subject, which is mathematics. Yes. Uh, so, um, today's will be again a very short video, and I'll just focus on a very uh, specific aspect of learning maths. So, uh, let's say that I want to learn driving, driving a vehicle. So, what do you think I should do? What are the things that I should have? I should definitely have a car. Well, I can rent a car or I can buy a car. Hopefully, it should be maybe a second hand car which I want to use just for learning, and then I'll buy a new car. That's all. Okay. The thing is that how do I learn the car, driving the car, right? Now, the point is that there are numerous challenges to driving now, and there are uh, numerous pathways to drive on. For example, I can drive from here to my office. I can drive from my home to the market. I can drive uh, from my home to my friend's home. I can drive from Bengal to uh, a different state, probably a neighboring state, Bengal to Bihar, using the highway. And so, as you see, there are different pathways involved. I can have a small trip to a hill station, and even that I can, if it's nearby, I can use a vehicle for a road trip. Now, as you see, there are different pathways involved. How can I say that I have learned driving? When do I say that? Now, probably most of us have gone through this driving exercise, and we have got a license, and then we have been licensed to drive, right? Now, on what basis have we been given that license? Did we drive on all the pathways as I told you, and say that, okay, now I know all the pathways, now I know all the pathways to drive on, so now I am having the license? Did we say that? Can we actually cover all the pathways ever in life? The answer is no, we cannot. We can never say that we have covered all the pathways in our life. There will always be a new pathway given to us, and it will be a challenge. So, what did we do? We know there are specific patterns, and consider very, very uh, significantly the focus on the pattern thing, right? So there are specific patterns which we have got familiar with while driving. For example, uh, you, driving on slopes, maybe driving on plain roads, driving on a very congested road, right? Uh, yeah, and then like maybe using all the parts of the vehicles, using the brakes properly, uh, using the accelerator, the clutch, and whatnot, right? There are lots of different things. So we have hopefully got accustomed with all these. We know how to take a U-turn, right? And we also know how to park our vehicle. So these are the different patterns, I would say, which involves different unique challenges while driving. We have mastered these, and hence we have been given a license to drive, and we feel now confident that we hopefully we should feel confident to drive on any pathway involved. Yes, it would have some new challenges, but we know how to overcome those using the skills that we have attained during this learning exercise, driving learning exercise. The same goes to mathematics as well. So we often uh, say that have we covered all the different sums in mathematics, right? In maths, how many sums have you practiced? And we often, I have seen people and pupils getting low on confidence because they feel that there will be a different sum in the exam, and this is a very very common thing to be observed among students. So the thing is that you will never be able to cover each and every sum in mathematics. You will never be, right? And a lot of times I have seen people uh, getting into the nitty gritties of the question paper, that or like the things that may come in the question paper, right? That is, my dear, a wrong way to learn maths. I'm afraid that's the wrong way to learn maths. Why do I say that? It's because just like driving, what you are now trying to do is that you're trying to learn driving on each and every pathway involved in the world. And that's definitely not going to be possible, right? That's not going to be possible. And you probably want to know, like, in my driving license exam, what exactly would I be given, what assignment would I be given. That's not like that. Maths is not like that. Okay, you cannot just prepare for what's exactly going to come in the exam. So what do we need to prepare for? Well, my dear friends, the preparation of mathematics is going to be totally different from whatever subjects you may have. Maths is so special. Yes, it is special. The one thing and the foremost thing which I want all of you is to enjoy mathematics. To enjoy mathematics. Okay? Have fun with maths. Again, I'm saying have fun with maths. Consider maths as your playground. And what are the things that you would use to play? Your numbers. It's a numbers game, and you play with the numbers. Maths is your playground, my dear friends. Enjoy it. Have fun with the numbers. And the thing which is important over here is patterns. Patterns, patterns, and patterns. You cannot learn each and every sum. The only thing and the only thing that can possibly help you to achieve success in maths is something which I call intuition. Okay, it's called intuition. Intuition, what's intuition? So maths is a great subject also because it is built on some basic concepts. Okay, it is built on some basic concepts. So definitely you learn those concepts. There are some formulas involved. I don't want you to just memorize the formulas, but understand the intuitions involved in those formulas, how those formulas have been derived, what was the intuition behind each of those formulas. Once you understand those concepts, then each and every advanced concept of maths builds on the basic concept, and then the next advanced concept builds on the previous advanced concept, right? It's always like that in maths. And hence, my dear friends, what I want to do is have the intuition with you, so that you can yourself build on existing concepts to more advanced concepts. And this is the way that you would actually solve unfamiliar problems in the exam, and also have the 100% accepted expectation that the entire question paper for you will be unfamiliar, which means, like, of course, not in terms of concepts. The concepts would be definitely familiar to you because you have been studying those as part of your curriculum. However, the sums would be unfamiliar, and that's the challenge, my friends. That's the challenge. You would be going through each of those challenges in the exam. The first thing you would be saying to yourself is that I know my maths and I will be able to solve each and every problem using my intuition. And then what you need to do is you need to relate the unfamiliar problem with the problems that you have done, right? So the maths is like this: you do one problem and you solve 10 other problems using the patterns which I told you. So you need to identify the patterns in the unfamiliar problem, then use your brain power to relate those patterns to one identical problem. It will not be super identical, but it will be somewhere related to a problem which you have done previously, and then use the concept over here, apply the maths there, right? So maths is, I would say, 30% of learning theory and 70% applying that application. It's all about application, my friends. So the important thing is to have that intuition with you. If you have the intuition, then you will be able to solve any unfamiliar problem, and you should rather expect that your sums in exam will be totally unfamiliar. It will be totally unfamiliar to you, and you will never be afraid of unfamiliar problems. I have faced it in my life, and I'm telling you that if you build in yourself this one thing called intuition, then you will never be afraid of maths. Instead, you will love maths. You will love and you will ask for more unfamiliar problems. The only thing that you can ask me is that how on earth I'll build this sweet little thing called intuition. How will I do it? Well, consider intuition like a very big banyan tree. What do you think it requires to have build this huge, strong banyan tree? There's a lot that goes in to have this built. There's a lot of effort. So, for example, you will have to plant the tree. First of all, you'll have to plant it in the right season, and then you'll have to water it, take care of it properly, proper sunlight, all these things, right? Maths intuition is similar. And the only thing that you can do to build intuition is to solve different kinds of problems, my dear friends. When you are at home, solve different kinds of problems. Okay? And when you're solving the problems, make sure that this intuition is getting built inside you. Don't just copy a problem, don't just get a problem solved by your tutor or whoever it is, right? Understand the intuition that goes ahead in that problem, right? So by intuition, what I mean is that, let's say uh, a problem is getting solved. What are the steps involved, right? So the first step is that maybe you're looking for, okay, what is the unknown in this case? Whatever is the unknown, that you call x, and then maybe sometimes you get two different unknowns, and you sometimes you're afraid of it, like for example, in a standard of like class 7 or 8, if there are two unknowns, people get afraid, like how can I solve that equation? Now the thing is that your intuition should be able to tell you that there must be a way to relate one unknown in terms of the other, And then once you're able to do that, it will be a linear equation in just one unknown, and you'll be able to solve it. So essentially, it's converting. It's just being about to convert a word problem to a linear equation, and that's job done for you. So that intuition is very important. Also, while practicing problems, uh, make sure that you don't solve the same type of problems a lot. I mean, in that case, it will be good, but we don't have that much time, right? So make sure that you solve a variety of different kinds of problems. And when your exams are coming nearby, uh, what you can do is that instead of exactly solving each of the steps of that problem, try to identify the pattern. Okay, because this is exactly the same thing that you will do in the actual exam. Try to identify the problem in the pattern in the problem and relate it to some identical problem. Once you do that, job done, right? So that's all, my friend. My friends, I wanted to share with you my views in learning this super fun, funniest thing called mathematics, and it's all about enjoying it, my dear friends. And I just don't want anybody to learn maths just for passing an exam. It should be like a shameful thing. I know that we still do that, and unfortunately, a lot of schools still don't. They are not able to get to this kind of thing. But it's very unfortunate. Maths is something that you should have fun with. Okay, it should be learned with this kind of an approach, not just to get a very high score in the exam. That's exactly not what you should do. Okay, thanks all. Thanks a lot. So hope to see you next time.